Hello everyone and welcome to our another video on job interview training course. In this video, I will teach you how to prepare for an enterprise risk management interview. If you are applying for an enterprise risk management role, make sure to stay tuned to this video because I promise to help you pass your interview at the first attempt. And to achieve this objective, I am sharing with you the top most important enterprise risk management job interview questions along with their sample answers. I will also let you know the purpose of asking each question from the hiring manager so you can create your answer by including all those important things that I will teach you in this video. Very quickly before we get started, if you are watching my video for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming career focus content. Alright, let's jump in. So the first important question that you should need to prepare for is, can you explain the key components of an enterprise risk management framework? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to evaluate your understanding of the foundational elements of ERM and how they contribute to the overall risk management strategy of a company. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, the key components of an enterprise risk management framework include risk identification, risk assessment, risk response, risk monitoring, and communication. Risk identification involves recognizing potential risks that could impact the organization. Risk assessment evaluates the likelihood and impact of these risks. Risk response involves developing strategies to mitigate, accept, transfer, or avoid risks. Risk monitoring ensures that identified risks are being managed effectively and that new risks are identified promptly. Communication is crucial for ensuring that all stakeholders are informed and aligned with the risk management strategy. Together, these components help an organization manage risk systematically and proactively. Question number 2. How do you assess the risk appetite of an organization? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to gauge your ability to align the organization's risk management strategies with its overall risk appetite and tolerance levels. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, assessing an organization's risk appetite involves understanding the level of risk the organization is willing to accept to achieve its objectives. This process typically starts with discussions with senior management and the board to define risk thresholds and preferences. I would also review historical data, financial goals, and industry benchmarks to determine acceptable risk levels. Risk appetite is often quantified in terms of financial impact, operational disruptions, or reputational damage. Once established, the risk appetite guides decision making and risk management strategies, ensuring that the organization's activities align with its tolerance for risk. Question number 3. Can you give an example of how you've implemented risk mitigation strategies in a previous role? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to assess your practical experience in identifying and implementing risk mitigation strategies that effectively reduce or manage risk. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, in a previous role, we identified a significant risk related to data security, particularly with the increasing threats of cyber attacks. To mitigate this risk, I led a cross functional team to develop and implement a comprehensive cybersecurity plan. This included upgrading our IT infrastructure, conducting regular security audits, implementing multi factor authentication, and providing cybersecurity training to all employees. We also established a response plan in case of a data breach. As a result, the organization significantly reduced its vulnerability to cyber threats, which was evidenced by the absence of major security incidents and a stronger overall security posture. Question number 4. How do you ensure that risk management is integrated into this strategic planning process? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to evaluate your ability to align risk management practices with the organization's strategic goals and objectives. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, to ensure that risk management is integrated into the strategic planning process, I work closely with senior leadership to identify risks that could impact the achievement of strategic objectives. I start by conducting a comprehensive risk assessment during the strategic planning phase, identifying both external and internal risks that could influence the organization's goals. I then collaborate with various departments to develop risk mitigation strategies that are aligned with the company's objectives. Regular risk reviews are conducted to monitor the effectiveness of these strategies, and adjustments are made as needed to ensure that risk management remains aligned with the company's evolving strategic goals. Question number 5. What methods do you use to monitor and report on emerging risks? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to assess your ability to stay ahead of potential risks and ensure that the organization is prepared to respond effectively to new and evolving threat. So how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, monitoring and reporting on emerging risk involve a combination of continuous monitoring, industry research, and scenario analysis. I regularly review industry reports, news, and regulatory updates to identify new risks that could affect the organization. I also use data analytics and risk indicators to track trends and patterns that might signal emerging risks. Additionally, I conduct scenario analysis to assess the potential impact of these risks on the organization. Emerging risks are reported to senior management and the board through regular updates, highlighting the potential impact and recommending proactive measures to address them. This approach helps ensure that the organization is prepared to respond effectively to new threats. So, there you have it, 5 most important enterprise risk management interview questions along with their sample answers. Always remember that practice makes perfect. So, take these answers as a starting point and tailor them to your own experiences and skills. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe our channel Knowledge Topper and also gives a thumbs up as well. You can also share it with anyone you think could benefit from it. And don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future video topics. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video on Knowledge Topper. Until then, keep striving for professional success. Have a good day.